Here we go, moving into Module 5. As I give you your introduction to this one, I want to actually point out our schedule. I want to take a look at that. We haven't discussed that in quite some time. So this is always available to you on the syllabus. And we are now sitting in the week of February 10th. And so we're moving into Chapter 4, Number Theory. You can also see that this is the primary week for Competency Test A. Some of you have already done it and finished. Fantastic. But again, you've got your range of dates right here. 3 different attempts, and you know the dates for those. Competency Test B is going to open for you this week as well. I'll show you that in a little while. But as we start to look ahead just a little bit, next week, the week after this, we'll be doing Chapter 5, and then that's the last chapter we do for a little while. All right, you get a little bit of a break because Module 7, the week of February 24th, is going to be just for exam review and finishing up Competency Test C. Okay, so it'll give you a chance to sort of settle in and say, all right, let's prepare for this exam. I'll be giving you everything you need to know about getting ready for that. And then we get spring break, March 3rd, the week of March 3rd. There's nothing due that week. The final or the midterm exam is happening during Module 8. But notice that I'm also giving you a range from March 3rd to 14th. I'm actually going to have it ready for you to start during spring break, just in case for your own personal schedules, it worked better to come in then. So I'm giving you a 2-week window to get that exam done. So we really have a few weeks here at the end of February, beginning of March, where there's not going to be any new content. Okay, so you can catch up on some stuff, take a little bit of a breather. Also, go back and look at the information that I shared, I think in Module 1 about the exam, right? So that is a proctored in-person exam. It's not done on Blackboard. If you are local to MCC, if you live in the area, you're going to have to make an appointment with our testing center. And I will provide more information about how to do that soon. If you are not local, then as I noted in the syllabus, you need to make your own arrangements for that. Find a testing location near you. It could be another college. Sometimes libraries do that sort of service. So it's up to you to find that. Again, if you're not in this area, in the Muskegon area, and then let me know as soon as possible, because arrangements need to be made to send the test, have it proctored, appointments, all that sort of stuff. So just giving you a heads up on that information. And then we'll we'll do the second half of the course. Okay. So that was just to give you a little overview about what's coming up in the upcoming weeks. So now let's take a look at Module 5. So Module 5 looks like this. And as always, PowerPoint slides to accompany the videos, your smart book, printable color tiles. We won't use these too much, but you might find them helpful in a couple of different things. They're in your manipulative kit. There's also a link to an online version of these. And so this is, again, just you're pulling, you're dropping, and they do a little snap grid thing when you pull them over. And so these might be helpful rather than cutting out or use our own manipulatives also. Just wanted to point that out to you. Then we have our discussion board, which again is a reflection on Chapter 4, and then the videos. Fewer videos this week, a little shorter, which will be nice. So 4.1 is in 4 videos. 4.2 is in 3 videos. We've got your Chapter 4 homework. And then pay real close attention to these things. So Competency Test A, the same folder that you had from last week, the same information is here. I give you, again, you have to read and agree to the academic integrity statement to get access to Competency Test A. There's attempt 1, there's attempt 2, there's attempt 3. Again, those only appear if you need them. And once you've taken test 1. So if you already took test 1, attempt 1, passed it with at least 90%, then you won't even see these. One thing I want to note about that is Blackboard, what it's probably going to do is automatically put a 0 in there for the second and third attempts, but don't worry, those don't impact your grade at all. I end up, again, taking I input manually your final grades for each of those competency tests because it's either 0 or 40. And so once you get your 90% or higher, I manually go and input in your final grade. So don't worry if you see attempts 2 and 3 with a 0 in them because you didn't take them. If you passed it on the first one, you're good. Competency Sense B opens up this week on Thursday. And so I have a preparation document. And again, I had put this in last week as well with some links to Khan Academy. And then I've added an actual practice test. So again, you can expand this, you can print this out if you want, but it's got 30 questions. That'll be very similar to the one you take on Blackboard. Note, this one is not multiple choice. This you're just typing in your own answers. The solutions are also included over here on this separate document. Okay, so I would treat this as if it's its actual practice test and then do this one as well. Again, here are links to Khan Academy if you find that helpful. That's the preparation document. Once you open up the Complete Competency Test B folder, just like last week with Competency Test A, I've got the information about Respondus in case you need it. You should all have that installed and it should be working now. If you want to run your test to make sure that Respondus is working properly, you can do that here. Again, it's going to make you scan your area. Please, please have blank paper out. A couple of you asked me about that. I sent an announcement. Yes, you can have pencil and pen and blank paper. Have that out in your workspace. You want to be able to have scratch paper to work your problems out, okay? You will have to agree to the academic integrity statement, again, to get access to it. Once the date comes when you can access it, which will be the 13th, Thursday, then you will be able to take Competency Test B. You'll have till the following Wednesday. Again, if you need to, a second attempt will open up. You'll have to do that by the following Sunday. And then if you need to do it again, you'll have till the next Tuesday to get that third attempt in. Okay, so the cycle will be the same. Now, just like we did before, next week, Competency Test C will open. So I wanted to get a document in your hand, information to start preparing if you want to. You don't have to. I just wanted to get this in your hand. This is all about fractions. So C is all about fractions. A couple notes about that. When it comes time for your test, answers that are improper fractions, you're going to need to convert those into mixed numbers. I have lots of links to Khan Academy here. Khan Academy doesn't always make you convert it to mixed numbers, but that's okay. I'm going to have you do that. I included a couple sections on reducing fractions, one on going back and forth, converting between improper and mixed numbers. There's links to adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing fractions, some with mixed numbers, and whole numbers as well. And then even when you throw negatives in with fractions as well. So there's a lot of information in here. Use what you need of that. Next week, I will include a practice test document with that as well. So there's a lot that you're going to see in Module 5 once you're in here. Just note that, again, the competency test information is at the bottom, and you have, again, flexibility with when you are completing these. Just make sure you get them done by those deadlines.